ministers that are not performing, because it's a different thing if reports are written to you and who can give evidence. There was a time we were given a portal. We're told that we could actually determine which of these ministers are working through a portal, and that it is through that portal, based on how Nigerians, give whatever comments they want to give in, they can determine which of the ministries or ministers are working. I don't know what happened. It's like that thing was just for hearsay. I don't know if they're using that portal to determine which of the ministers are actually executing the portfolio paraphernalia they were given to execute. We'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation this evening. There was a protest today in Lagos over the demolition of houses at Oworonshoki. I'm sure you well know. And the first time they closed down the third mainland bridge, they prevented movement from coming on until they were actually told by the government of the day that they would resolve it, they would listen to them. And we're hearing that some of them were compensated with 75,000 naira. I really don't know what that is supposed to do or how that is supposed to help people whose homes were destroyed as early as possible, when there was no opportunity for them to kind of take their properties away, and you threw all their source of livelihood on the ground and you're compensating them with 75,000 naira. It's the inhumanity actually to Nigerians that is the issue. We're also going to be looking at the IMF disclosing that Nigeria was missing in the IMF reports list as one of the countries listed for Africa's fastest growing economies. Nigeria was not there. This is in contrast to what the president told us, that the economy is booming and the policy of the administration is working hard. We don't necessarily need to rely on loans, but there are some necessities when it comes to loans. But that he threw a rebuttal to the president of the United States of America that we may not necessarily need you because Nigeria is doing well. So if we're doing well, why were we not on the list? And if the IMF is the one giving the Nigerian government advice on how to go about its economy, how come with all that was advised that has been implemented by the government of the day, you did not put Nigeria on that list? We'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation. Now, the court has rejected police's bid to stop the free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest. You know that it's supposed to take place on October 20. October 20 is a memorable day in Nigeria. If you follow through with what happened on October 20, 2020, it's a memorable day. Omoyele Sowore actually suggested that day is a good day to go about the free Nnamdi Kanu protest. There have been talks about it. Nigerians have divergent views about the protest. However, they went to meet the police to get a what you call an approval for the protest, and they were declined. So they went to court. Now, the court actually decided that, you know what, let's put a stay on it. You cannot prevent people from going for their protest, but that they will listen to the situation on Tuesday. They will listen to the case on Tuesday. So we don't know what it means. Does it mean that the protest will not go ahead on Monday, or while the case will be listened to adhered to on Tuesday, they can go ahead? Because if that is not the case, we don't know what the police may decide to do. And furthermore, when there is a protest, the police is meant to provide security. You're meant to accompany them to ensure that nothing degenerates. It's a peaceful protest, so you're not meant to allow anything happen. You're meant to accompany these people in whatever it is that they're doing. The United States government has issued an alert, told its people to stay indoor, not to come out, told them not to take their words to school. Possibly they should stay at home because the protest could deteriorate early to something else. Okay, interesting, isn't it? One would wonder, why would the US government actually give such will I say, such a mandate or such an instruction, knowing the sensitivity of the situation. Now, based on Sahara reporters, it's saying that the president strikes secret deal with southern governors to conduct all elections in one day, guarantee re-election for defectors. So, fresh details have emerged revealing how President Bola Tinubu struck a secret deal with some southern governors to conduct all elections in one day in November 2026. All right, Sahara reporters is saying that it's a part of a broader plot to tighten control over Nigeria's political landscape ahead of the next general polls. Multiple credible sources, according to Sahara reporters, multiple credible sources disclosed to them that the ongoing wave of defections by governors, lawmakers, and top politicians to the ruling All Progressives Congress was not coincidental, but part of an understanding reached during a closed-door meeting between the president and several southern governors. And since he took office, several governors from southern Nigeria have defected to the ruling APC. In April 2025, Governor Sharif Overwari of Delta State, along with his deputy and commissioners, left the PDP for the APC. Delta State is a PDP stronghold since 1999, had never seen such a shift in its top leadership. The move was described by the president as a political tsunami and was celebrated by APC leaders as a major victory. Meanwhile, the predecessor of Delta State, Senator Ivan Yokowa, also defected to the APC. Peter Mbah of Enugu State did the same thing, and Bayelsa State also joined the trend. So that, according to insiders, the president assured the governors seeking re-election that his government would guarantee their return to office if they dump their parties and join the APC. So, in exchange, the governors reportedly proposed that all elections, that is presidential, governorship, National Assembly, and State Assembly, be held on the same day, or that the presidential election be conducted last to prevent post-election betrayal. So that the president agreed to the one-day election proposal. Now, this is something that is part of what is in the Electoral Act. I don't know if it takes the people to be part of that decision or not. And I'm really worried about that development. I also don't know if that is the case and the governors decide that that's going to be the law, that's how it's going to be. It's scary. Some people are afraid that if there's a third term bid by the administration, with the way the gate governors are defecting, that it is something that they can quickly assent to, or on the ongoing constitutional review, if it is something that is part of the review process, that with the way the National Assembly is all in support of the president and few opposition, that third term agenda can actually be something that would be stamped on. I'm like, wow, something that Obasanjo could not achieve, President Tinubu can achieve it. You guys, I don't know the magic wand the president is using, man. But okay, let me introduce my analyst this evening. I actually have Mr. Tony Mbata joining us in the evening in the studio today. Mr. Tony, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, sir.
I also have right here in the studio Mr. Elvis Elimehele. Thank God he is here live in the studio. Mr. Elvis, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther. I'm good.
Welcome.
Good evening, our esteemed listeners. I am back on duty.
Okay, yes. I will be seeing Mr. Elvis more often on the Evening Rush. I'm expecting Mr. Lawale Kundayo to join us. But if not, well, let's just say we'll have a full house. I think he's on the way because I'm sure he knows that he's supposed to be here. Mr. Tony Mbata and Mr. Lawale Kundayo and Mr. Elvis Elimehele, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Esther.
Okay, so let me start off with this whole thing from Sahara Reporters about the fact that the president made a deal with the governors, the southern governors, promising them re-election, and that if that is the case, that all elections conducted on the same day to prevent post-election betrayal. What does that mean? Mr. Elvis, I'll start with you.
Yeah, Esther, conducting the election the same day, to me, is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Explain further.
It will give room to so many things, and it's even part of those reforms that Nigerians are even asking for. Just that even if it's now that it's even coming from the presidency, we know too well that it's going to say true, and that may be a good one. One, it's going to save costs. This idea of election close down a whole day, twice or three times, all in the name of election, that will stop. Deploying all the arsenal, military, armed forces, and whatever, it is going to be done just one day.
So you expect elections will be conducted on November?
No,
and that's the date.
I'm still talking of, let's first of all finish the one day, then before we talk of the time of the election. You understand?
Okay, all right.
So you see, putting Nigerians at home on 2 days or thereabout, all in the name of election, when we know that it's a civilized country, election goes on at the same time with people doing their normal duties. Okay. Nobody stay at home, even in Ghana. Okay. It's close by here. So if Ghana can get it right, conducting all the elections in one day, we can also get it here. Remember also, Esther, that the opposition will have a better say in this kind of election. If 2023 election was conducted one day, you know what we would have been talking about in this nation today?
Okay.
We won't have been talking about what we are seeing here now. So, after the 2023 general election, presidential election, and national assembly, the sitting, they saw that there was a trajectory in the voting, the way the voting went with Nigerians.
Okay.
You know what happened here in Lagos? That on the governorship election, it was barely war that people who are not from this extraction were practically driven out of polling booths, you know, not to vote because they wanted their person to remain as governor. You understand? We are not contesting that because there was even no person that was a non-native that was contesting governorship of Lagos State.
Okay.
But it was that interest differs and it will continue to differ in politics because in politics choice matter. Your choice can never be my choice. You understand? But that right, that freedom was taken away from Lagosians during the governorship election in 2023. So a situation of this nature may not arise now. Let everybody go to the field one day. Then vote wherever we want to vote. Leave INEC to start sorting the votes, you know, to different offices.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, you discover that this idea of, you don't call me, marginalization, you know, intimidation and all that at pools will reduce. Because you have more populations that day. What happened? During the governorship election, most of the non-natives in Lagos didn't go again. They said it doesn't concern them because it's their own election, because they were so victimized during the presidential election.
But do you think it's going to be possible? Because I remember during the presidential election, it kind of felt overwhelming for INEC with the presidential election glitches, the beavers not working in some of the polling units, with the several reports. And so aside from that, when it now came to collation, for I remember on that day that they did presidential and National Assembly, it took a whole day. It took a whole day to be done with that phase before you now do governorship. So my question, it was presidential, National Assembly, and Senate, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? Exactly. That's the legislature, the
yes, the
National Assembly
and the presidency
and the
goes
presidential.
one day,
Exactly.
and then the
So
governorship
if it took that long from morning, because I went round, VOP actually was on the field. We did a 24-hour report of what do you call it, broadcast on that election day. I don't know if you were in the studio with us.
I was in the studio. I was an INEC
yes,
observer.
Yes, it's true. You were an INEC observer. That day, from morning till evening, that we experienced situations where in some polling units there was no electricity for them to collate results. There were no tables or desks. People were using human beings. We saw human beings bending for the INEC officials to write what they wanted to write with torchlight. I saw that in Kano, one of the northern states. I saw that video there. So if it's just presidential, so how are they going to be able to do everything in one day?
Esther, it is not different from what we have been seeing.
Okay.
It is just going to be the number of ballot boxes will be increased. If it was presidential, House of Senate and Rep, we have 3 ballot boxes. But this time around, we are going to now include governorship and House of Assembly, State House of Assembly. It now becomes like 5 ballot boxes. It's not much. By the time you take 5 ballot papers, you go to thumbprint each of the ones that you believe that you want to vote for. Okay. Then you go to the 5 ballot boxes and drop for your candidate. It ends in that regard. But also, let's also remind you, Esther. You know, I was on the field in that election as an INEC observer. Nigerians were yearning for a drastic change. You saw the way some Nigerians were coming out with their generator, fuel it and on it for INEC people to actually conduct that election, even though it went into the night. Remember, it went some places we went into night just because electoral materials arrived late. It was not because of the number of voter of ballot boxes that actually caused that. It was just that electoral materials arrived late. And again, remember, we are having a new hands in INEC now. Let's even look at it from that angle. Yesterday, it was in a Senate, and he told Nigeria that we're going to see a different outlook in the electoral system in Nigeria.
But
and
let's why was the Senate president interrupting, explaining? I don't understand. Did you watch that process?
I watched it.
The man was speaking on behalf of the INEC guy. He was interrupting too much. Why?
It was becoming very comic. I didn't expect
that. It was not even comic. It was unprofessional, because it was like somebody said, make sure that everybody acquiesces to this man. Don't make the process difficult for him. It was like, you're the darling. This is just procedural. It doesn't mean that whether you answer right or answer wrong, the deal has been done for you. That was how it felt.
Yeah, well, we have seen that severally when they tell ministers to take a bow without even asking them a single question. And at the end of the day, it's not different from what we saw yesterday. But let's believe that Joash Amupiton will bring in integrity into INEC. Like
there are people who have sentiments towards him. Why?
Where it's normal for any living being. If I'm appointed into a bigger position today, not speaking from this studio, people will say, I've been in this studio speaking because I needed, I was looking for that appointment.
Are you sure is that's the case, or is because they feel he's appointed, the nominee, he's nominated by the president? Because if he was brought in by independent bodies, like a different way, do you think that feeling will be there?
The law still says that the president appoints and throw the person to the National Assembly for scrutiny and ratification. So until we have that reformation that we have been talking about, that let it be advertised, let Nigerians apply, then let there be a body that will screen. Then just like when you are applying for this place, you know how you wrote your application and all that. So that's the one we are talking about. Let it be that maybe if the electoral reform favors that may be the next one may come in that manner. Because
all right. So if this is the case now, is under the leadership of Joash Amokpeton, is it going to be possible for all the elections to be done in one day? And I don't even understand the process to avoid post-election betrayal. What does that even mean?
Post-election betrayal simply means that after the first, probably when the presidency and the governor and the National Assembly comes up, then you have another 1 week or 2 weeks. We had about 2 weeks before the next one in this last election. So some people cannot begin to switch allegiance. Since this party is already leading, I don't want to remain in opposition. Let's just go and vote for the party that is already leading. And there's room for political party to do a lot of maneuvering. That, like we saw in the last election, they're going to do a lot of maneuvering, a lot of campaign, underground campaign, and they're going to strengthen their manipulation, threatening people. That you saw what happened in Lagos, that people who, if you know you're not going to vote for APC, don't bother to come to the polling booth. Those ones will not be there. That one is going to. So I think I support that one day, because we would have seen a different result in Nigeria. Then also, let's also believe that Amokpeton will come up with more technological system in driving our elections. If that happens, most of this coalition will not be an issue. If INEC Mahmoud Yakub INEC has allowed IRF to work, coalition would have been an issue. We were here in the studio the following day, Esther, when we were waiting for result to come into IRF portal, we never saw. So at the end of the day, we got disappointed. So if he didn't come up with that glitch, coalition would be an issue.
Joash Amokpeton yesterday said that from what he understands, that the situation with the IRF portal,
he's going
to look into it. But some of the senators said it's better you work on the upcoming elections rather than having to go back to having to resort or go through the whole 2023 election situation. But he said it's the Supreme Court that said that the IRF portal was just an INEC guideline, not a law.
Those are the things we are talking about now in reformation. The INEC electoral act. Let it be now. Let it be in the reformed INEC act now. That it is now mandatory for us to use. How do you spend such billions of naira? And at the end of the day, you trivialize it because the reformation did not capture it as it's supposed to be.
Now, with this update you're talking about, I'll come to you, Mr. Tony Mbata. According to Sahara reporters, their sources disclosed to them that the president consented to doing away with the electronic transmission of results from polling units, one of the key transparency features of the 2022 Electoral Act, that instead results will be transmitted only from collation centers, a move observers believe would make manipulation easier at the state level. So that they agreed to do away with electronic transmission of results, but they have that done at the collation centers instead, not the polling units. At the polling units, you have agents there to observe. At the collation centers, some of them will be prevented, and we know what happens with manual inflation. So the idea is to have total control of the electoral process and avoid situations where early results influence later elections or spark rebellion amongst allies.
Now, Esther, you see, the problem, I don't want to sound as if I've done on the progress of this country. But the INEC man that is coming up, I don't have any iota of faith on what he's going to achieve.
Why?
Because the man that appointed him, anybody that gave you a job for this country, you always do what he wants you to be. But let him put it aside. Go on the question you asked. You see, if what we are hearing is true, and no iota of rumor you hear in this country, that there is no truth in it. Because they know that from polling unit or polling booth, when we have your party agent observers, this is where everything is being done, where the voting is going on. They count it and people will see and have their own before you go to collection center where it was designated that they're going to be other local government. Now you collect them there.
Yes, you said other local government.
Other local government or where they want to be to collect all the things.
Oh yes.
Now
it to be collected by the resident electoral commissioner. Then they start counting at the collection center.
We know what happened there. Before you enter there, if you are not the people that are controlling that election, you see the police, the army, they will chase you away. We have done it several. So it is the result of the people that they have at the polling booth that people will say, look at from the polling booth, look at what we have. Now, if you now cancel it and say there will be no transmission from the polling booth, that means election or it's already a done deal. But we pray, let it be a rumor. Let it be a rumor, because
it's
a lot of
news website.
I say let it be.
Person who told us about the decision of Nnamdi Kanu. He's the same person who told us what they want to do.
Esther, let Nigerians believe that it's a rumor. But I keep saying it that the problem we have is INEC. We don't have independent, whatever they call it. It's INEC.
Wait. How is it INEC?
Yes, because
if you're hearing that, according to this report, whether it's true or not, that this is the plan being done, and so if the plan is executed, then they tell INEC what to do. Now, if you now have governors defecting to the current political party, the governors are in charge of the resident electoral commissioners, and they do the bidding of the governors.
And Esther, defection of the governors does not mean that the people are defecting. Because they know that we have weak institutions.
No, nobody is saying that the people are defective.
Yes.
Didn't you hear what Tony Kocha said?
Let me finish. Because they know that we have weak institutions that can easily be manipulated. Now that's why the governors, so-called governors, are defected. Those people, if you read what PDP was saying since Mba defected to APC or whatever, they say Mba did not win election. They know the truth. We know what happened. But the court say they won that election. So because these people know that they can manipulate INEC and they say independent. What does it mean by saying that somebody is independent? That means that person can act on his own. But they know that we don't have it. That's why they are putting all these laws, making them to be a puppet under them. And that is where Nigerians should come up. Nigerians should say no to this. There are some of the laws, when you know that these laws are against us, we need to say, no, this is our sovereign power that we are giving people. This is our sovereign power we are giving people to represent us. And we have the power to say, no, whatever they are doing.
I understand the moral angle that Mr. Tony Mbata is coming from. We're speaking about Nigeria's primitive and brutish politics. They don't care about morality or any sense of morality. Mr. Tony Mbata is referring to INEC, saying that INEC is the issue. You are the same person who used your mouth to say that the person being appointed, if you're appointed by somebody, you have to do the bidding of the person who appointed you. Now, if the governors, according to this arrangement, the southern governors defect to the All Progressives Congress, they decide, they have an agreement, this is how it's going to be, no more IREP portal, okay? Results will be transmitted from a collation center at once. So people don't get to start seeing results like what happened last time. But we're already seeing different results from different polling units ahead of the collation center before they announced. So if this is the agreement, how is it the fault of INEC? Are you expecting somebody that you appointed to say, no, I'm standing my ground? Very few people will do that, aside from what happened in Professor Nena Oti. So how many INEC officials are like that?
Yeah, if this rumor is actually true, Esther, it should be resisted by the people. The people own democracy. Not until we know our right in democracy, the politician will always make us to be useless and we will become their stooge. It's not supposed to be in that manner.
Okay.
Yes, because apart from the taxpayers' money was what was used, billions of naira.
320 billions
of naira to equip INEC to bring our electoral system into that technological realm that we can actually be a par with the civilized world. So if that other billions is going to be wasted and be pushed aside because they want to because of their selfish interest, they want to return back to their office, then Nigerians should resist it. We have this right to say no. That's why the reformation is still going on. We have not heard much about it, but we must stand our ground that before 2027 general election, there must be changes. Those banana peels that we are in that former gray areas in that former 2022 electoral act signed by late President Muhammadu Buhari. We must now, it was only first put in practice during the 2023 general election, and most of us didn't know so much until the court started interpreting. Now, the interpretation that came from the court, favors the politician more.
Now,
what favor the people must be rejected.
What this report further explains is that the plan also includes shifting the general elections from the usual February to March schedule to November 2026, which you concur with. You say it's better, but this is what they think is the reason behind it. The development is what led to a major fallout between Tinubu's administration and Mahmoud Yakubu, the former INEC boss. According to presidency sources, again, I don't know where this guy is getting his sources, that Yakubu was offered an extension of his tenure, just like the Inspector General of Police, to ensure his cooperation with the 2026 plan, but he declined. His recognition of the takeover of the ADC and move to register new political parties infuriated powerful figures within the president's inner circle. That the hawks in the president's cabinet reportedly mounted intense pressure on him, which led to his abrupt exit from the commission. So he offended the president's government with his move to register new parties and also recognizing the takeover of ADC. The ferocious way the hawks in the kitchen cabinet came after him forced him out of INEC abruptly, leading to his resignation. So obviously that was where Professor Joaf Amopeton came on board. Now, do you see why Nigerians already distrust the new INEC chair? Because if this is a proposition that led to Mahmoud, who already has a stain because of how Nigerians perceived the 2023 general elections, tell me, how do you expect Nigerians to believe with this report? Again, God knows where he's getting this report from. This is very sensitive, like extremely sensitive. And I don't know if Nigerians will be able to do anything about this.
Forget about everything that has to do with Mahmoud Yakub. He disappointed Nigerians.
I know what they're saying, that the president had proposed, according to this report, he had proposed to elongate his tenure.
Well, that would have also been resisted, but Nigerians would have protested.
Who would have resisted
People
it?
would have protested against
How,
it.
Mr. Elvis?
No.
Esther, this shit, there are two things we are discussing here.
Protest, whether the government is listening or not, but people have made their
When
own
the president
remark.
elongated the tenure of the IGP, who protested?
No, not in Yakub case. Nigerians,
If the president has gotten,
Nigerians,
if he has gotten the approval of some governors,
Esther,
some members of the inner cabinet across the region that he has his tentacles, who wants to protest?
the presidency also know too well that if they have extended the tenure of Yakub Mahmoud, there would have been protest. There would have something serious and protest in this nation.
Esther, there's something I don't want us to drift away by shifting election from the normal time to November. This is the report
That's
we are
part of the
getting.
proposal for the INEC what we call electoral acts.
Let me tell you, that's where we are saying that the Nigerians, we need to protest against some of these things because the country belongs to us. I don't see the reason the federal government will shift election from the normal base to November, 6 months time.
What is the effect?
What is the effect?
Why
should they do that?
What is the effect?
And what are they going to achieve within that time frame that they cannot achieve?
Esther, I don't even see any effect in shifting the election. It will even give time for litigation to be expended with before the swearing in.
Is that what you think?
No.
That's what I'm thinking. He prefers the November 2026
No. Election should be held as at when we are having. There is no other no other thing that INEC will tell us that they want to use additional month to do. They can do. We have time now for INEC to do whatever they want to do. They should do it. And
post-election litigation.
No, after the election, now they will go. What I mean is, I love
the elected persons will be sworn in.
Are you seeing the intention behind it?
Are you saying? So are you saying that I'm supporting we have election the same day?
Okay.
Good. I'm supporting it with 100% and 1% support. But what I don't support is for them to shift election from normal time, February to November, because we still have time from now for them to do whatever they want to do.
They have not told us the reason, but we are only analyzing here.
According to them, the reason is for post-election betrayal and all of those litigation issues and all of that stuff.
The only reason why we will concur is, let it be that before the swearing in May 29, all the electoral
is resolved.
Crisis. I mean, judgment
at the tribunal
gone. so that the person that is coming in on a clean slate, just like you and I.
Coming on a clean slate, or if at all after the investigation, whoever emerged was not the true winner, you will now do the alternate.
Yeah,
if government,
if you are going into an office, you are going in stable, not when you are in the office. I mean, you still have cases in.
So that is why you prefer November 26th.
Yes, if it is on that ground,
if it's on that ground. Okay.
Get me clear.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't, because whatever they cannot achieve from February that we have our normal election, they cannot achieve it in November. You know that if they shift from February to November, there are certain things that are cooking on the line.
Mr. Lawyer, finally, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please go ahead.
Please, I've been listening to all the discussions and it's interesting. Now, let me lay my own. One, you said whether they shifted it, they didn't shift it, it will have litigation or no litigation. But you've forgotten that INEC always do something that automatically affects any litigation that comes up. What that thing is that immediately INEC declares somebody a winner and hand over that certificate to that person automatically assume the post, and they begin to it takes over everything. The judiciary, the whatever, it decide every case immediately. He can even remove judge and put another one immediately, begin to fix everything to fix himself. That is the major problem. I think we have a transition in which INEC will wait till the Supreme Court finally give his judgment before handing certificate of returns to the winner. Okay. Then we can have that thing you are saying working. But this one now that the INEC is already giving it back. And second, that is one. The second one is this one day, which I don't support. I don't totally support it, because that one day, it makes us do things in a hurry. You
think so?
Yes. No. I'm coming. Okay. Let me finish my own.
Okay.
One day, you say material doesn't arrive on time. This one doesn't do this. We have to rush. People come and vote. People will be rushing. Everybody will be rushing. That rushing gives opportunity for a lot of, Yoruba, people will call it mago. A lot of mago. Let me come down to the level of my people. If we have an election that is a week, wait, I'm coming. If you have an election of a week or 2 weeks, you go to the polling booth at your, even if there is a problem with material today.
Okay, so what are you suggesting? What's your point?
My suggestion is that don't let us the election of this fire brigade that we have to do everything in one day. The delay material. I don't agree with it. I want it 1 week.
Okay.
Third, I'm coming.
You want the election to be conducted in a week?
Yes, in a week.
Okay, explain how to space it. Presidential 1 day.
See, everything, all the elections that you want to do.
Both president,
everything, do it in 1 week. Anybody have time to go? Even if the material delay a day or two, people will say have time to vote and vote for people they want to vote for. Nobody will be rushing. And then the third one is that transmission of results. Immediately people vote. If you have a week, even if there is a glitch today, there will be no glitch tomorrow. You can't tell me there is a glitch for a whole week.
Right now, they want to cancel election results uploaded on the IRE portal.
That's one of them.
What they want is a situation where they don't have people seeing results early enough.
Why not?
You get to only hear of results from the collation centers, meaning that
I
and you will be relying on TV updates.
If you look at Esther, I'm coming, sir. Just give me just 1 minute. See, look at you see the government is contradicting itself. The government keeps showing us that they are not ready for anything that is meaningful for Nigerians.
No, wait, this is not yet approved. This is
I'm coming.
What Sarah reporters is telling us that they know by their inside sources that they intend to do. It's not like anything from the government of there be confirmed. This is their agreement.
Because if it truly is not what they are planning to do, the thing Mahmoud Yakub did in 2023, that thing will have been resolved in that 2024. We will not be going back to read that. You said there was a glitch. They will have resolved everything. Everything will be fine. They will tell us that everything is fine. No, but up till now, the government is not even going to that area at all.
They didn't look at it.
No, they don't even look at that.
Although Mark Modiapuku gave an explanation that it was
no, I'm not talking about the glitch. I'm talking even if there is a glitch.
Okay.
Look at that jam case. There was a glitch.
Yes.
And it was fixed immediately. Is that not it? And we don't talk about glitch again. But 4 years now, we are going to the third year. and the government is not even talking about that. Oh, we'll fix it. Oh, there's no glitch. We've tested it.
So that means it was a deliberate compromise.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Elvis, want to say something?
I want to remind Mr. Lawal that
Okay.
if you live in Nigeria, and you also know that there are some states that have off-season elections in this nation,
Yes.
where only one state, only one governor, remember state assembly is not involved, though, have issues with even delay of electoral materials, collation, and all. You will agree with me that having all the elections in one day has no issue.
No, that's what
not
I'm
an issue in Nigeria.
Okay.
Because one state at a particular time will hear 36,000 policemen deployed to that state. Is it not here? With DSS and others, even to the extent of road safety, yet we have issues. So
Serious
the
issues,
day,
actually.
One day is not the problem.
There's a solution to that.
What is the problem here is that Nigerians must crave for use of technology in our election.
That is
I'm
what
coming.
Abukuton said yesterday. Hold on, Mr. Lawal, just hold on.
Technology will
Mr.
bring
Elvis.
this thing to a very simple term. Not talking
I
about-
have a
Mr.
solution
Joash
to that.
Abukuton said yesterday
I have a solution
that
to that.
he was proposing that we use drones, that we need to improve the logistic method of
100%.
transporting electoral
Why
materials. He
using
said
National
so.
Union of
He
Road
said
Transport
yes,
Workers?
that he questioned that. He said because
Why using
even
National
some of the
Union of Road
vehicles they
Transport
use
When we
are
have
bad.
amphibs.
Very, very bad. And so it's easy to steal
Esther.
the electoral materials on the road. Anything can happen. The sensitivity
Esther.
of that. He
Esther.
mentioned that.
Use armed forces. Air Force can lift to very difficult areas.
I don't even know why they didn't use
River
Air
area,
Force.
Navy can move them. Nigerian soldiers can move to other parts. Let me tell you, in 1998, we saw in this nation during the strike of Pengansin,
Okay.
late President head of state Abacha bought brand new tankers to be distributing fuel
Yes.
from depot to all over Nigeria.
Nigeria, and that is
If the
top.
military can do that because they know the necessity of fuel, election is even much more of a necessity to Nigerians than fuel. Then when they succeeded in doing that, that was what led Kokori into the prison. Who was the president of Pengansin then? When they succeeded in doing that, at the end of that crisis, is what gave birth to these NNPC petrol stations you are seeing today in Nigeria. That gave birth to it. That singular act by the military administration. Today we still have that same functional military. Why don't we use military to distribute our electoral materials instead of relying on National Union of Road Transport?
They won't do that in
When one
America.
chairman of a state will not sabotage the effort of INEC because he wants that state, because his boss is the owner of that state and he wants to retain his position.
Can
Do you
you
know? Do you
use
hear what I'm
reality?
talking about, Esther?
Exactly,
If we
exactly.
sanitize this system and work with government parastatals and bring in technology, our electoral system will be having some integrity. To
And they
some
have the
Yes,
ability
Esther.
to implement technological advancements
Yes,
in
Esther.
that. Because with all the monies allocated to them.
Esther, when Nigerians are saying that the cost of governance are too much,
Okay.
and if you look at one day election, it cut a lot of
A lot.
expenses, a lot of wastages, and also for us to be going back now that we are not going to use IRF to transmit election means that this government has ulterior motive they want to enlist on Nigerians. But let us believe that it's a rumor. So cost of election supposed to reduce by one day. And secondly, we all of us are Nigerians. As soon as you did that presidential election and they saw who won, who become
going
president,
one side.
every other person is going that side because they believe, the mentality we have in this country, or African countries, that we believe that the presidency or the president, he has the yam and he has the knife. Whoever he caught, he will give. That's why the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria can go and remove elected governor. So please, let us do the same election on that same day.
He did not remove, he suspended.
He suspended, sorry. So let us do election the same day and transmit it the same cost, the same thing. Because like Mr. Clement said, if the ballot box is two before, it will be added, and the same thing you will do it. So I didn't see anything problem conducting election. It makes it more easy. If we had conducted the election of 2023 on the same day, my brother, my sisters,
I
it
could
could
have
have been a
been a
different
story now.
thing. The same election.
To not be what it is
won't
now.
be.
I
And
think
they
that's
know.
the fear.
So let me finish, sir.
Yeah.
They know, APC government know that they can't win local government election if we have a credible election. I keep saying it, but Mr. Darlington keeps saying it. That's why they are bringing all these shenanigans. Let us not transmit from the polling booth. Let us go to collation center, because they are I have said it. The kind of rigging they went to do. They know that the masses are not with them. Forget about all the defects.
All right,
I think those are the things that we should even be talking about.
Or Mr. Lawal Kundaya, Mr. Elvis, I'm coming to you. The Senate stepped down the 2025 bill. According to them, let me read out what they said. They took that decision during plenary. It was to allow the lawmakers more time to consult and review the proposed changes before the next sitting. Okay, so earlier in the week, both the Senate and the House of Reps, they held a joint public hearing on the bill through their committees on electoral matters. The proposed law aims to amend the 2022 Electoral Act and introduce new provisions for future elections. One of the key proposals is to move the 2027 presidential and governorship elections from the usual February or March schedule to November 2026. That means what Omoyele Showore's Sahara Reporters is telling us is not a lie. Now, while presenting the general principles of the bill, the chairman of the Senate on Electoral Matters, Governor Simon Lalong, representing Plateau South, said the legislation represents a major reform rather than a minor adjustment. He explained that it is designed to make Nigeria's electoral system more credible, transparent, and inclusive because of what happened during the 2023 elections, which exposed the weaknesses and the strength of the elections in 2023. Now, the key issues that were introduced in 2023 was the IREF portal, which was what a lot of Nigerians embraced, and then the introduction of your PVCs. That was also making sure that you have your PVCs. Now, you remember that INEC through Mahmoud Yakub had adjusted that you don't necessarily need your PVCs. Once you have the slip, you can go ahead and vote. Yes, if you remember, Mr.
Yes,
Elvis,
he has
said
said
that to prevent anybody from being disenfranchised in case their PVCs are not ready before the time, they should go to any of their local governments and get their slip. Now, Nigerians were wondering, why are they beginning to ameliorate some of the issues that or concerns of Nigerians at the time? Okay, now this is coming up. So the Senate president, who presided over the session, noted that the presentation by Lalong did not include detailed explanations of the bill's provisions. He then suggested that the chamber hold an executive session to deliberate further. Okay, I don't know what the session intends to do, what they want to explain to them, or maybe some of them don't understand some of the changes that is required in the Electoral Act, or they want to come out on the House having one voice with no contention. I don't know if that's what it means. But here is the thing, Mr. Elvis Ali Mehele. If the Senate decides on certain reforms in the Electoral Act, that is already a law, isn't it? Yeah. How will Nigerians protest if they're not comfortable with these reforms? So let's just say that they agree that everything is done in one day. Let's just say that, okay, fine, since the IREF portal was an issue, it created a problem with the credibility of 2023. Let's rely on the previous system of everything going to the collation centers, and we get results from the collation centers, and they agree to it. Or 2/3 of the House, which is now APC, 2/3 of the House is now APC, agree to it. Tell me who won't go protest.
Listen, don't ask that question, please.
I'm just asking because it has become.
No, yeah.
It is not the National Assembly members that will protest. It's
Not.
Nigerians that will protest. Let me tell you, Esther.
Okay.
They cannot draw the hand of the clock backward. We have
No.
gone beyond the idea
gone beyond of this.
collation, manually. Especially when Nigerian taxpayers' money was invested in IREF portal. So we must go. If we should even advance. If
Mr. Elvis, are you telling me that you're not understanding the political wave that is
Nigerians supposed to be educated.
I need
Politicians will always come up with manipulation.
Mr. Elvis, Mr. Tony, I know you know the question I'm asking.
I know the question.
You know what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'm saying, Esther.
You're being moral.
No, Esther, not moral.
Hold on. The politics right now has no sense of morality.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to come in.
Morality into it.
Esther, that's what I'm saying. Esther, what I'm trying to say, I understand what you are saying.
Okay.
That no issue now. If the politicians did not want to be moral and do things in a rightful way, the masses need to be corrosive.
That is the question.
We need to demand and show them the system.
Have you seen that they don't want that?
Yes, they don't want that. That's why we need to.
By all means.
That's why we are here. That's why we are here to educate the masses, educate people. Don't be insimesime. We need to come out. People will die. People will live.
Which people wants to die?
Everybody. If you don't want to die, you still die.
Stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
Okay.
So let us not believe what the politicians are telling us. They will pass that law and everybody will sit down.
There is something I want to say, actually. I understand your point, your angle. I understand their angle. And I keep saying something that people don't notice. Some people notice anyway. Is that, see, the Nigeria you have now is not the Nigeria of 5 years ago. I am telling you
Let
that.
me tell Mr. Tony, Mr. Tony,
So
or Mr. Elvis.
the Nigeria, no, I'm telling you now, Esther, that the Nigeria we have now is a very, very, they are more conscious, more volatile, more decisive now than 5 years ago. You get it? That's what I'm telling you, 3 years ago. This is evident in what happened during that 2023 election. Go and look at it very well. People actually voted based on the fact that their conviction. It's only few that voted based on inducement. Most of them voted based on their conviction that no, this is what I want. That's why you see that people who don't even campaign in some parties actually won. People who don't even spend money, they believe they actually find themselves winning.
Some Labour Party has rep members.
You get it? They were to let you know that.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that Esther is right in some points because you are speaking to Nigerians, and you are right in that point too, that Nigerians, something is gingering these Nigerians. Something is in their minds that is different from the prediction of 3 years ago. Something will rise in this country. I am telling you that at that 2027, this Nigeria is going to witness a different Nigeria
Mr.
from
Elvis,
the old one.
Let me come back let's go back to 2015. This current administration applied every fabric of opposition against the president then, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. They took advantage of his weaknesses to the international level. There was a rancor, a reverberation. It was like the entire European nation was against Jonathan's government. The Chibok girl situation, which supposedly some people thought was planned, was taken to the US. There was Barack Obama and his wife, #Free Chibok girls, release Chibok girls. So imagine if you have one of the powerful nations being against you and presenting you as a weak president. It was all over the international media. It was on Twitter. Everyone was talking about Nigeria and the inability of the president of the day to do something about insecurity. It got to a point that monies that they wanted to get, because the president then got mercenaries to help him when he felt that the Nigerian army was compromised. He got mercenaries to help them rout out those guys. They were actually working at the time. What am I trying to say? What happened to the opposition now? Do you know that Jonathan was supposedly put in a coffin? Religious leaders came out to protest Occupy Nigeria 2012 protest. INEC was called out. The government of the day was called out. They utilized every vulnerability of the government of the day. And right now, what is happening is there is a tweak in the playbook. The government of the day is making sure that whatever they used as a weapon during their time is not utilized by the opposition now. So where is the voice of the opposition? I need to understand. Because it's bewildering to me that the opposition is silent. Aside from a few tweets on X, it is their supporters that are even reverberating the voices of what they want. The APC wasn't docile. They weren't sitting down. They were armed to the teeth. So they could not take the playbook of the current government, that the current government that is in charge now is playing the role of opposition. Are you seeing what is happening with the gate of defections? Who has done that? Obasanjo. I think this one don't surpass that of Obasanjo.
Yes.
So,
has it not surpassed that of Obasanjo?
Absolutely. Esther, let me tell you, the drum beats that the child beats and come out with melodious song, that beat, that drum was, made for that child. It's not the child that made it. Everything you are seeing in Nigeria today, then in 2015, was because Jonathan disregarded their homosexual laws.
That was it.
It was a major issue.
Did Buhari assent to that?
No, listen. When they have already seen Jonathan as somebody that was not part of them, the Secretary of State under
John Kerry
came to Nigeria during the Jonathan's time and never visited Abuja. He went straight to Sokoto, spoke with all the northern people and went back. That was the time Jonathan's coffin was nailed, as in retaining that seat in 2015. All the laws you are seeing now that are coming up, these laws that have become cybercrime now, or whatever, cyberbullying, all this one, was what APC used in bullying Jonathan out of office. But today, those ones are now become lost. Now that even as we talk in this studio now, we have to be very mindful of some of the
Exactly.
things we say. Otherwise, DSS will come up for us. But do you also know that there are still some Nigerians today who are still taking it upon themselves that whether the laws are there or not, we must speak. One of them is Shore. We must speak because you use this same law to get yourself into office. Nobody can forget Lai Mohammed in a hurry in this nation.
Nobody.
Nobody.
That's why they
Except you were not
lying
born
one.
by that time. So if you use social media and all the laws to get yourself into office, Nigerians must talk. Forget about this divide and rule that we have in X now, the Twitter
Yes.
and all those ones. Forget about it. Most of those children that tweet there in Twitter, they don't know the history of this nation. Some of them don't even know the history of their family. So let alone where we are coming from. Nigerians have gone through turbulent times. So when I go into X and see some people talking about ethnicity and religion have just been brought in by politicians to make sure that things never work the way
Or
they
to
want
distract
it.
from fact-based conversations.
Yes. So we have to. That's why we must we must educate the masses through mass media.
Okay.
We must. It's not the tweet. It's not the social media. Social media. And again, when you are talking about opposition leaders going to social media to go and tweet, that's irrelevant.
That's what I'm
Opposition
saying.
leaders should organize press conferences.
I don't know.
Esther,
Not one person sitting in his bedroom
I
and
don't
tweet.
understand.
Esther,
Supposing I don't have Twitter.
They
we don't
just be
know what
like
to do.
Esther, I want
like Bolly.
I want to say something there. When you say we don't have opposition in this country, I disagree with you.
I didn't say we didn't have opposition.
No. I mean,
I'm talking of the opposition politicians.
Wait,
not
let
me.
me come in.
Nigerians are the opposition. They're the ones complaining.
Thank you. Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians know that we don't have road.
You're not getting me, Mr.
Wait, I'm getting you. I know.
This as a political party played a huge role then.
Wait. Let me land. Yes, in 2015, we saw Tunde Bakari, we saw Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we saw Wole Soyinka, and all the rest of them going to Ojota and doing that 2012. Now, we saw all Abdeboye them.
They even
And
advocated for a shadow government.
we saw these things, and what my brother said, what the United States government did, because Jonathan refused that, all those things. But what I'm telling you now, we have a stronger opposition because not all these politicians you are seeing that defecting from political party to other, they are not leaders. There are difference between.
My question, Mr. Tony,
your question is
that we don't have active Nigerians. I am saying that the APC at the time, despite Nigerians complaining about the government, were active as opposition leaders. They were active. Where is the activeness of the opposition politicians?
Esther, let me land. They have, because these are few elites.
How?
They have hijacked that power
Why
and also
do they allow them to be hijacked?
dictating.
That's the thing.
No, because most of them, both PDP and APC are
And
the same.
Atiku is just sitting down, typing and writing. You want to tell me that if Atiku says he wants to protest and do something,
all
the
of
government
them,
of the day will shut
most
it down?
of them, Esther,
At all.
It doesn't make sense.
most of them are the same thing, the same people working together, trying to confuse themselves, not Nigerians. But Nigerians know what they want.
That's why I'm saying that
that's why institutions should work.
Language of the opposition. It's not making sense.
Who are the opposition?
Opposition.
Who are the opposition?
Opposition
Who are the one?
parties.
Who are the one now? Yes, you are right. But who are the one now that we know that can challenge Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Except Peter Obi, all of them PDP,
Peter
APC.
Obi.
And who is
Which Peter Obi?
A presidential candidate.
That's what I'm telling you.
not supposed to
PDP
be.
and APC. Look at how they're jumping from. If RPP now win election presidency, you see all of them will come and join this party. Will you trust these people? They don't want to give Nigerians. That's why we need to educate them. Nigerians, we need a radical change, and we cannot get it from these leaders.
The truth must be said. All the political parties in Nigeria that ought to be opposition leaders have disappointed Nigeria.
They are not.
They have allowed the ruling.
Mr. Tony. I don't know the
they
mouth.
have
You are
allowed-
talking. Wait, Mr. Tony, you're confusing me.
No.
What you are saying is different from what I'm asking. He's responding to it, and you're saying something else. What are you acquiescing to? I'm not understanding you, Mr. Tony, today.
The ruling party to infiltrate them. The ruling party is having so much in all the opposition political parties. Esther, a governor that is elected in his state as an opposition governor is telling you, I am decamping to the ruling party because I want to align
close
with
to the
Abuja.
center.
What is Abuja? What's Abuja? Taxpayers' money is what is shared in Abuja. Even there are some states that internally generated revenue even transcend even more than what you collect in Abuja. But today, those ones are jettisoning. Anybody that comes to the podium, I'm decamping because I want to align with Abuja. This is to tell you that the political parties, supposedly political parties, have been infiltrated. That is the reason why Nigerians should not look at parties.
That's what I'm saying. We should not look
We
party.
should look at Nigerians versus APC.
APC.
The leaders you have in all the political parties, governors and all of them, they are not leaders.
They are not leaders.
They are
That's what I'm saying.
Selfish people who are looking for their
What
self-aggrandizement.
they will gain. You call them leaders, opposition.
We saw Tinubu in 2021, in 2001, 2001, 2003, being an opposition leader in Lagos. Yeah, he was slugging it out with the then president, Obasanjo, Chief Obasanjo, in court, in and out. We also saw it. In
2021 or 2001.
In 1983, Professor Prosali took NPN government to the court.
No, Mr. Elvis, 2001, not 2021.
I'm talking of 2001, 2002, 2003.
Okay, no, you said 2021,
2001,
2020.
2002. We saw Tinubu standing his ground to just say that local government allocation was not released to him throughout his tenure. It was when Fashola came into power in 2007 that we saw that fund started coming back to Lagos State government. Today, that same person is now sitting in Aso Rock as president, who knew all the litigation he had against the federal government then, and people are now rushing back to him. Even when people are now rushing back in some of those things he was against, he's now accommodating them. And it's not, do you know what is going to happen? This cannot fester. Let me tell you, Nigerians will puncture whatever defection all these governors are doing in their respective state come 2027 general election. Our own here, Esther, is to educate Nigerians to the extent that we'll get a reformation in our electoral act, so that some of these things we are talking here, if they are now embedded in the electoral act and it works effectively, you will see most of these governors will not go back.
Well, they should have better. They have better. Yes, please, Mr. Lawal Kundaya, go ahead.
That's why you said you used one.
Please, Mr. Lawal, go ahead. Go ahead,
Now,
Mr. Lawal.
let me say something about this opposition. Now, you say the opposition voices are silent. I don't agree. Though it's not as loud as expected. I can agree with that. But silence, I will not agree. Now, what happened was that during the time that the president was governor, and before he became president, and during the time BPC was coming on board, the present government at that time allowed it. It didn't disturb opposition. Do you understand what I'm saying? He allowed everything that they now are blocking. So the reason why you see the voices of the opposition not so loud is because the present government is deliberately,
stifling it.
Yes, truncating anything they want to use. Look at what they do to press. Any small thing, DSS is coming after you. You say that they are coming. It's an intimidation, for God's sake. You listen to radio, you see the way, you begin to wonder, these radio stations, are they under the payroll of the government? They will be saying something that is unreasonable sometimes. It's because the government of that day, Jonathan, the president, Obasanjo, of everything.
They were free, actually.
Lagos said even did something that was a treason then. You made a local government for yourself. It's not something that it's something that a state is supposed to do. It's supposed to be done by the national house of the national reps. But
House of Reps.
Yes, you submit, you through your reps, you present the bill, they look at it. But the state did that on its own, and there was nothing like a state of emergency being declared. But look at what happened in to Rivers. The Rivers governor was a strong opposition, but look at what they did to him. You get what I'm saying?
A strong opposition.
Yes.
How?
No. See the way he was doing.
Who was doing?
That was Fubara.
Yes, opposition to his master.
No. See, opposition means
to
that
his master,
to his master.
He was not dancing to the tune of.
Yes,
you are right.
He was opposing that. This government has to run normally. And somebody was saying, no, I will decide. And then he used the power of the federal. And look at what they did to him. Right. Normally, it will have gone to court. So what we are experiencing is that the present government is totally doing everything possible to make sure that the voice of opposition is dead.
In regards to that, you do know that the police had wanted to stall the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest on October 20 until the court stepped to put a lead on it and say no, they will listen to it on Tuesday. I wanted to understand if the court has said no it's a victory. According to Amoyele Sowore, Justice Umar of the Federal High Court refused to grant the motion from the police, which sought to immediately halt the protest without hearing Showore's side of the argument. That instead, the judge directed the police to serve Sowore with formal notice of their application and adjourn the case until Tuesday for a proper hearing. So the police just went to court. They did not serve Sowore, who had not received anything. The police wanted to just get a court order to stop the procession of the protest, but the justice refused and said, serve him, let's hear from him. Why are you going on this protest, which may be different from whatever the case the police presented. Maybe the police presented that, IPOB is a terrorist organization, they want to create chaos, breakdown of law and order and all that. So the judge said, let's listen to him. My question to you is, if the court says let's listen to him on Tuesday, which is the 21st, will the protest still go ahead on Monday?
It's even funny because I saw on social media where some people came to National Assembly to protest.
National Assembly.
I saw one video.
It's in Lagos.
Okay,
Lagos State House of Assembly.
That's why they came to protest.
They came to protest for the demolition of the
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Kanu, the protest for Kanu. I mean, this is Kanu. There was another counter protest
against it.
Against that protest, and nobody went to court. They didn't stop them. DSS didn't tell them not to protest. They didn't disperse them. They allowed it to happen. You can see what we're saying.
Right.
The way they try to suppress any voice that they find that is opposing what they are doing.
Mr. Elvis, so what does that mean? Does it mean that the protest will not go, or does it mean that it will go? But then,
since the court did not put a restriction,
okay,
the protest will go on. Maybe,
but why saying they will listen to it on a Tuesday when the protest is slated for a Monday?
Maybe hearing will come up on that matter on it.
The hearing, the essence of this thing is not for there to be an authentic permission, because if the court says adjourn till Tuesday,
the permission is not withdrawn. They seek a permission, to be protected.
Yes,
because it's just a peaceful protest.
Yeah,
and because the person they want to bring out that they said they should release, they can. They're talking on a peaceful ground. So if the protest is going to be peaceful and they've gotten the protection and there is, like he has just said, which we saw, there is also a body that says the Kanu should not be released, and those ones were not restricted from protesting, then why will Sowore not be allowed to? They should then on Monday, then they should go to, on Tuesday they should go to court and let the court hear why the DSS, any charges against the protest, then it can be interpreted. Maybe
so in other words, the court judgment can still go regardless,
because we didn't hear restriction that they were.
There are angle to
injunction.
Okay,
the issue is that
restraining them.
The issue is that we have the right to protest, and
it's fundamental.
Police must protect the people that are protesters. Yeah. Now, if they go to court, the court said we are going to hear. Maybe there are other things they add. Which we might not know what they add. So the protest will go. The police have the duty to protect them.
Yeah, but
there
now,
is no
what I want to just understand now is that if the court is saying they'll hear the case on Tuesday for Sowore to come and present his own side, explain to the court why he intends to go to the protest, and the protest is scheduled for Monday, the day before they are supposed to appear in court, does that mean that the protest will not go, or it will go?
It will
and
go.
Does the police have a right to say you haven't gotten any court approval for this? So
no. You don't need to get any court approval or police approval. Supreme Court have judged this matter.
No,
they have judged this. You don't have to. The police must, so long as it's a peaceful process, for them to come and protect you in case
come to that area.
In case, so that infiltrators will not come to.
Then another thing, I'm worried. I'm so worried. Because even when the people wanted to come and protest about hunger, they went to court, and the court was resisting.
I noticed they don't like
you can
any
see
form of protest.
They are doing everything possible
to
suppress
chaos.
the people and enslave the people. That's it. Because your children at home protest. You get it. Your even wife at home sometimes protest. If you give her soup money and things have increased, she will protest and say no, it's not enough. Your child will protest. Some people protest.
That's
I don't know. And they protest like any other thing. And now, if this is the first time in the whole of the world that I'm hearing that somebody will go to court and restrict people who also protest on hardship to a certain area. You can only go and protest in your bedroom.
Okay.
You get, like, you want to I mean, this is the I've never come across this in any country. Somebody can assist me. I stand to be corrected.
Mr. Elvis, let's look at the ministries and some of the sectors in the ministries that are really doing poorly, and we're not getting any form of accountability from them. Let's look at the Minister of State for Defense, which is led by Honorable Bello Matawale, and also Honorable Badaru as well. Now, these individuals, Minister of State for Defense, and what is going on in that ministry with the recurrent spate of insecurity? And nobody is holding them accountable. Nobody has called them to the National Assembly, or even the president himself has not said, please, your appointment has been liquefied, because what you're supposed to do, we're not seeing the benefit of it, and we're allocating funds to your ministry.
Well, defense is a very volatile ministry, Esther.
Okay.
And security too is something that when we are discussing it, we don't know much.
We're talking about Minister of Defense and Minister of State for Defense. Minister of Defense is Honorable Muhammad Badaru.
Yes.
Minister of State for Defense is Honorable Bello Matawale.
Yes, both of them are former governors.
So that ministry is a very vital ministry, because Nigerians are going through hell with insecurity.
Yes.
And nobody is calling these ministers to explain what exactly is going on with their department, with their ministry.
They will tell you that they are doing their best. Listen, Esther, the ministers you called on, they are not professionals. They have service chiefs who are actually professionals, who are on ground. And severally, we've seen that the National Assembly has invited service chiefs to come and give account of the insecurity in this nation.
Okay.
And they always come out at the end of the day. Even the National Assembly themselves will tell you that they are doing their best. But that brings me to the next angle to it. The best is not enough for Nigerians. That's to tell you that the insecurity we are witnessing is not as a result of that the armed forces are not doing their best. It's as a result of Nigerians have turned into business. People are benefiting from it. People are making a huge
Mr. Elvis, I want to disagree with this, your explanation.
Listen, Esther.
I'm in charge of a department. I was appointed. These are appointees of the president, remember. Are ministers elected? Are they not appointed?
They're
They're appointed, isn't it?
Yes.
So there's a
like
sense
INEC.
of docility in your ministry. Am I not meant to call you to say, why am I hearing about insecurity? What are you doing about it? It's something that is recurrent. Or is it the Minister of Agriculture, better for federal government and for state, and people are telling you that food is very expensive, or there is food insecurity? I'm supposed to call the ministers for state and the Minister of the federal government for agriculture that, what's going on? These are the complaints I'm getting. What are you doing about it? Must I be the one to interface in your ministry?
Esther,
I don't know if you get
Esther,
my
I didn't understand what you were saying.
Okay, you're saying something.
He said something that very, very important.
Okay.
He
Go
didn't
ahead,
understand.
Sir. Go ahead, sir. That's the clarification I'm trying to get.
They are appointed.
Okay.
And they have service chiefs.
Okay.
These are not professionals in this area. You can be made a minister tomorrow for defense.
Okay.
But you have service chiefs to work with who are on ground. I'm talking of chief of we have chief of defense staff, we have chief, military chief, naval and air force and all that, even IG of police. Then when this question is posed at me as the minister, I have to go to my full soldiers. My president, that's my boss, my principal, is asking, why is this ministry not doing up to the expectation of Nigerians in spite of all that has been released?
Yeah.
Then they will not come out with their facts and tell you that this is what is going on, this is what is going on, this is what is going on. This is where we are having issues. The most unfortunate part of it that we should be talking about is that Nigeria government, or especially you and I, or even the service chiefs, even the defense staff, the chief of defense staff have been saying it, that so much of what we are seeing, it is not because they are not working. It is that Nigerians have collaborated with criminals to make their effort not to work. That's why the market is telling you that the armed forces cannot do it alone. They need the collaboration of people to, first of all, to get information, number one. Then they need the collaboration of people, the financiers, to bring them out.
So what are you saying, Mr. Elvis?
What I'm saying in essence is that it is not just the minister you are seeing at the top that the president is saying, why is your ministry not working?
No, the president is not saying. I'm
No,
even asking
that's
why
what-
you
that's the
not holding
question.
them accountable. The
Accountable,
president
yes,
is meant to call them, yeah.
Accountability is either coming from the person who appointed them or from Nigerians, we who are seeing that it is not working as expected.
Okay, let me give you an example. You said something that these ministers are appointees. it's not their professional capacity. So they come in, they have to learn, and they have to report to the chief of defense staff or whatever. What about
They are not reporting. They summon them. They are under
they are
them.
someone. Okay,
Yes.
they're under. Who is
Yes.
under them?
The defense chiefs are
It's
under the minister. Yes.
they're under the minister.
Yes.
So the minister of
Administratively.
defense, administrative, the minister
Not
of
on the
defense
field.
has the right to call the chief of defense staff or the chief
Absolutely.
and say, "Oh God, what is going on?" Isn't
Yes.
it? Okay, let me give you an instance of the minister of interior. That man has been working with what we have been seeing. He's been putting out his effort adequately out there. So he's learning on the job, and I'm sorry, please concentrate. He's learning on the job and he's being creative, isn't it? So what stops other ministers from towing the same line? If I am a minister and I have to summon you to ask you, why is this persistent? So why are we having ministers who are not summoning as to why there is persistence in certain ills in their respective ministries?
Esther, can I say something? Let me
Please go
clarify
ahead.
something here. Now, let's look at a minister. A minister is put there as somebody to oversee the whole thing.
Okay.
That is what they call minister. So if you are not capable of handling that area, even if you are the most experienced person in the world, and that area is not working the way it is expected, automatically, as of that area, you are incompetent. You are not, because when it comes to a leader, two things are for a leader. One, the rapport you have with your people that serve you. You know they can remove you. They can, if they make the work, improper. They make the work not to work. I'm coming. Wait.
Remember,
I'm coming.
That's something
Wait,
Mr. David said.
As an administrative minister, you don't have the total control.
No, wait, I'm coming. You are appointed to solve a problem. With all this what you are saying, I don't agree. You are appointed as a minister to solve a problem. So if you are not solving that problem, it is automatically that you are incompetent.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Yes,
Yes.
you say what you want to have to say. There is a minister for regional development.
Don't let's bash up minister of defense.
There's something. Yes, let me say something. There's something. Okay, there's something.
Let's trash out defense.
There's something Mr. Evic said, which I so much bought into. He said some people are benefiting from this, and he didn't expatiate that, and which is truth, because if you appointed me as the president and I'm not performing what I'm supposed to do, that means I'm incompetent in that position. That means something is wrong. And when people are complaining and you are not doing anything, means that you are benefiting. There's an accusing finger that the government of the day colluded, and it has not been said no. So that's where he's going. That the government of the day colluded with this miscreant, with these people, terrorists to lay harm, and the government of the day have not refuted that, and that is what is happening. That's why when you bring all the money, because they are benefiting from the insecurity, they cannot stop it. That is what he was saying, and you didn't allow him to wait.
No, because he's using
No. I
was trying to tie it with this recent clemency that the president just
gave. Look at.
We are told that some drug barons
like close to 7.
No, we saw.
we saw.
I mean 40 of them.
Some people that kill their husband.
Do you know that
murderers.
you and I cannot just with your naked eyes carry gun and be killing people? They get induced with this drug. It starts from there. What is there? Are you with that singular act alone? The job of NDLE is already
is collapsing now.
Especially the
Totally
one that
gone.
So they know what they're doing.
This personally investigated.
This terrorist has supplier of drugs to them.
Who are the people supplying them? Even the
Now
arms.
the president is granting
we have the Minister of
clemency.
States for Oil, Petroleum
So I was
Resources,
right there.
a Minister of
I understand
Environment.
that's why I say allow you to
I'm
serve.
talking about the ministries that we're not seeing anything from. Minister of Environment, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Minister
That's
for
the
Youth
president.
Department, no, states,
Okay,
not
the
federal.
state, okay.
Minister for Youth Development, don't know what they're doing. Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole. I don't know. Okay, I think Minister of
Humanitarian.
Aviation is trying. Minister of State for Education, Suwaiba Said
That was
Ahmed.
the worst. That is the worst
Mamo.
of all.
Next time when you put
Minister
a
of
wrong
State,
person
Housing
into a
and
wrong
Urban
office, what will you
Development,
get?
Right Honorable Yusuf Abdullahi. Minister of Livestock Development, Mukhtar Maiha. Now, I don't know. The thing wicked me.
Agriculture.
Then
The thing wicked me.
It's a simple question. Is that when you put a wrong people in a position, what do you expect?
Especially what we are seeing.
That is what we are seeing now.
Especially what we are seeing in education now. ASU is presently on.
You went and used somebody that studied Igbo language and made him a minister of health. What do you expect?
He
speak Igbo. He is a lawyer, make him minister of science and technology. He will quote law.
Education minister and labor minister should be held culpable for this strike that ASU has gone on now. Remember what happened in 2020 during late President Obasanjo's Buhari's regime, that ASU went on strike for almost 8 months. Then this president told Nigerians that when he was campaigning, that ASU will never go on strike in his tenure. But we have seen a 2 weeks warning strike that has started now. So these are the ministers we should be talking about their failure.
Yes.
Because these are directly administrative ministers. There are no professionalism into this. If your administration is faulty, things of this nature will come. ASU told us that the letter they sent to the Ministry of Education in December was only attended to in February. What happened to that gap? Which means there are lapses in that ministry that somebody is not doing his job.
All right.
That kind of minister now that is bringing a bad blood into the government, into this administration. If the government is actually serious with education, should have been fired.
All right, let's get Nigerians' reaction, please. It's 8:23. We have a live appearance, please. Please, you will still talk in the course of the calls. 080-3692-9933, 080-3692-9933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. That is the WhatsApp number. Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir. Please turn down the volume of your radio, sir.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We just didn't want to. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying that you are saying about the opposition are weak. So
Hello?
I don't think that.
Okay, you are still in a. You're echoing. Hello?
It's in a hall or something.
Are you in a hall? I mean, did you go to one store and on a toilet? Which one? Hello? Okay, please kindly do. Thank you very much. Because the echo is too it's too much. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How are you? Hello? Hello? All right, 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. 080-3692-9933. Some of you are calling and the call is dropping, but you were calling before I opened the phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello? What's happening? Can you hear anything?
Hello?
Can you hear anything? Yes, hello, good evening. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Chief Ernest Wampa.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, well done. You are doing a very good job.
Thank you so much, sir.
But the situation of the country is too high to the Nigerians. So what I'm saying is the chief of defense staff is not capable, because if Nigeria want to combat the security, they will order shoot aside. Not when you see a man coming to kill you, you come and make friends with him. It will not go well. They will come back to come and kill you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. Hello? 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 All right, I don't know what's going on. We're having drop calls. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Fine, Obina calling from a person.
Obina, please go ahead.
Yeah. In fact, all those school fees is not accepted. People, they are all failure, and then somebody was trying to defend them. That is my own opinion. So they are free Nigeria woefully all around, from north to the south here, that disappoint this country. So it means that the people that all the ministers, in fact, they don't know their work. So they just bring them to just, is my brother, is my friend, just come and work. So they are free this country.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, 08036929933. Please, we'll take a very short break and then we'll be right back. I actually had an ad and I forgot. Please kindly permit me to play the ad, I beg.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
Don't worry, I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policy makers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297 0707 115
All right, thank you for staying with us. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Wachuku, and I have as my analyst right here Mr. Elvis Elimehele, Mr. Tony Imbata, and Mr. Lawal Ekundai. We're taking your reactions now. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening.
Turn down the volume of your radio, please.
Turn it down.
Good evening, sir. Please, what's your
Good
name?
evening, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Emeka. I'm calling from Apapa.
All right, go ahead, sir.
So what I'm about to say is that if people are pampering this government, protest does not need court order. It's our inalienable right to protest when they are going wrong. And that is the list of our opinion to the government. So when government is wrong or doing something that wrong as they are doing now, we need to protest. They are not a court order. It's our inalienable right to protest. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Mecca. Thank you. Mr. Mecca is saying people are protecting government too. People are protecting government. All of you that Twitter, they say we are protecting government. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening. My name is Chidera, calling from Sango.
Chidera, your voice is good. How are you?
It's weekend.
How are you now?
I did, Chidera. I beg, go ahead.
Okay, I want to contribute on the ministers that are appointed that are not able to do their job.
All right, thank you.
Okay, your guest in the series that was saying that he's going to meet service chiefs. What's his job as a minister? So I'm not trying to ask. Because if you know that you are not competent in doing that job, why were you appointed as a minister? That's another place of embezzling money. They have how many ministers which you just listed there that they are not even doing their job at all. Okay, for example, the Minister of Education for how many weeks now is on strike. Our students are not even going to school. These ABC governments have just failed this country to the extent that nobody even has something to even do. So that's just all.
Thank you very much. All right. 0036929933 08036929933. Hello. Please, when you call, I beg you, turn down the volume of your radio. Be cool. You here?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Haidiri.
Okay, I didn't get that. You said you
Calling from Nevada.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you are doing a wonderful work.
Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate all your efforts so far. I'm a good listener. I'm a first time caller.
Oh wow, my bell is okay. Yeah, my bell is here. Yeah, welcome, sir.
My greetings to all your guests.
Thank you.
Precisely, let me make this straight. We Nigerians, we have gone to sleep. We fed. We have somebody who we still believe that is the first politician or democratic person that we ever gotten since 1999. After Obasanjo, Yar'Adua, and then we said, okay, good luck is not that exposed. He's not a politician. Okay, we now said, okay, Buhari is a military man. We needed somebody to shake up the corruption. We came, we saw her. We thought we have seen it all. We brought another person we fed, so to say, because personally I've never voted for him. But I knew that we are not going anywhere because of his antecedents in Lagos State. We knew he had Lagos for a period of time before he left to the center, even up to now. So the problem we're having is that if you look at the sole ministers, it's party government. So all we just need to do is to go and dust our voters card and prepare. Either we give our life to save those who are coming after us, or we decided to live and die in that poverty, in that suffering, and we continue with it.
All right.
That is what we appreciate you people.
Thank you so much. 08036929933 08036929933 and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Shola. I'm calling from Nevada.
Shola, where you always run away from me. I don't like it, Shola.
Run away. You know what you are doing now?
How?
You people, getting your station is for a camera to pass through the eye of a needle. It's easy.
sorry.
I try every time, yeah.
Please
So it's good to get to today.
Yeah.
I go to the best in the studio.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Yeah, so straight to the point, see, I keep emphasizing on this point that I will say, unfortunately for Nigeria and for Nigerians, we are always so forgetful. We don't learn our lessons, and to make the matters worse, these politicians, they are so selfish. So what they do is divide and rule tactics, especially on that ethnic basis. You understand? Especially between the Igbos and the Yorubas. They know what they are doing. And this comes more from this particular government. Now, I want to make a question on something. You were talking about the fact that there's no opposition anymore.
Yeah.
This particular government, under the present president, he deliberately orchestrated it. Look at, I think I called into a radio program this afternoon. Look at Wike. Wike doesn't know that he is a tool in the hand of the president. The president is somebody that is very strategic. He's an astute politician. When somebody is a politician for a living, this is one of the best politicians we have ever had in this country. The only the bad side of it is that he's not doing well for the country. They are selfish set of people. All he wants is power. Look at Wike when he said we throw fire into different states.
Yeah.
Look at all the divisive tactics of Wike. Why did the president caution him? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at all the governors that are running to APC now. Why do you think they are running? It's because they have been intimidated. Look at the signal they get to them through the state of emergency in Rivers State.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing, and I give it to Sheyima Kinde of Oyo State. That man is a prophet. He said this some time ago.
Yeah,
he said that president election will be between Nigerians and APC. Am I right? Can you remember that?
Yes, you're
He
right.
said it's going to be between Nigerians and APC. That is Sheyima Kinde. He knows that statement and is prophetic. So it is not to Nigerians, I am telling you, because they are in the making, whether we like it or not. And to make matters worse, this man is surrounded by psychopaths, political jobbers, and he made it possible for them because he is all about power. All the things that is plaguing Nigeria, terrorism, these things, because we have a person in power at the end of affairs that is not there for the people. Because every sector of Nigeria, even in the north, the east, everywhere, they are full of people of interest, evil interest, Let me put it that way. And when the government doesn't have the political will to tackle all those vices, the Nigerian people will be the ones suffering for it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening now. For them, before you know it, we are seeing your money shall stand. And this is that. They will change it to national anthem. So it's between Nigerians and APC. See, that's the reason why I say this. There's one very vital thing we don't know. Do you know that if everybody orchestrated for the governors to come to APC, so that even on the day of elections, the governors, you understand, people are saying that are the governors going to be the one vote? No, they will have influence, you understand, on what comes out of the election. Like, that's me here. They will have influence. APC is what they are supporting. Do you want to tell me that you want to go and put another party in their state? If the people don't stand up, I'm telling you, you will suffer. You will just start.
All right.
May God help us. I mean, let's give ourselves prayer. Keep fighting. Keep doing people. Keep fighting.
Okay.
You are doing a good job.
All right. Thank you very much, Shola. God bless you. Thank you for calling. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Sorry. Good evening. How are you?
Am I on to Voice of the People?
Yes, sir. You're on to Voice of the People, sir. Good evening.
I know you can hear me.
I can
Esther,
hear you.
good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
This is Chijoke reaching you from Takoradi in Ghana.
Wow. Welcome, sir. Please go
I
ahead.
want to comment on an issue. I've been following the station for a while now.
Okay.
The main problem Nigeria have is that we don't have men of integrity in power. Everyone who is there for their selfish interest, except very few. Out of 100%, I can point out that only 2 will be there to serve the people. It is very unfortunate. There were general election here in Ghana and nobody died, not even a fly that died. The election was as if somebody is doing short time. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody went there peacefully. The only thing that can save Nigeria is revolution. Whatever you see that is going on in Nigeria today will continue to go on. Not until the people rise and say enough is enough. Like what happened in Madagascar of recent. If it doesn't take place in Nigeria, we are not going anywhere. Look at how we have scattered here, suffering. Many people are sleeping on the street in Ghana here, Nigerians, suffering. Because of a very few elite, people who call themselves elite. But me, I call them rogue. Allow me to use this language. Because most of them here, there, are there for their selfish interest. Can anyone point out what Tinubu has been doing before he became a politician? He got into power through lobbying and doing things that protesting. People were pitying him that he was in opposition. But today he's silent everybody, bribing everybody, intimidating everybody, and people are keeping quiet. It will continue. Not until we say no to this, it will continue. Thank you, and have a good night rest.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Thank you. 08036929933. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Welcome. What's your name? Hello. Oh, that's the network. We get our CPO. Hello.
How are you? Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Daniel from Ikondo.
All right, Daniel from Igondo, are you using an earpiece? Your mouth is too close to your speaker, I think. It's reverberating so much. Hello?
I'm not the speaker. Can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I just wanted to clarify.
Hi, Ogasi, sorry. Please call back. They do something they is squeaking. There's a squeaky sound. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Kingsley.
Kingsley, calling from where?
I'm calling from Agoja.
All right, Kingsley, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank you, Esther. You're doing a wonderful job.
Tk you very much, sir.
And I want to thank your panelists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're also doing a wonderful job there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see, if we are to be frank to ourselves, Nigerians are too afraid. They are too afraid to confront what is disturbing them. Nigerians fear a lot. Nigerians would like to drink Gary instead of fighting for their right. They would like to walk around with barefooted instead of fighting for their right. They are too afraid.
And one thing I want to let you know is this. You see, these people in power, they were like us before.
Mm-hmm.
They were like all of us before. It's just that somebody just came and gave them power and they turned to lions and start intimidating everybody. We need to confront them. This is our country. It's not their country. We gave them that mantle to lead. They are just leaders. They should lead. We ask them to rule. They don't to lead. It's not their country, but they are taking it as if it is now their personal company. It's like a company now. They are not rulers of companies. As if they are the CEO of the ministry, CEO of this ministry. It's no longer something. Please.
All right.
We are too afraid. We are too afraid. We have to confront this thing headlong.
All right. Thank you for calling. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello, Mr. Olabest. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Good evening. Sorry for keeping you.
Esther, good afternoon or good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine. Welcome.
Anyway, I can't hear you, but if you can hear me, let me continue.
Continue, sir.
This is Oladi Pupo Aguma Dalinte. I greet all your guests there.
Okay.
You are doing a great job.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Esther.
Sir.
During our Papa, UPN and MPN.
Yes, sir.
Each party have a manifesto. Any manifesto by our party, that's what you're going to continue to do in your state. Nobody will do different things. But since the beginning of this democracy, 1999, there's nothing like that. Everybody was doing whatever they want to do. They are fighting for their pocket. Nobody care for the masses. People are looking for the way to purchase a jet. Now, then, when they appointed any minister, before swearing in, each minister know your portfolio. Not after swearing in, and now giving you your portfolio. It wasn't like that before. You knew your portfolio before you are swearing in. Now they are putting wrong peg into wrong hole. Where are we going? Esther,
sir.
I want to come back home. I'm now 72. I want to come back home and rest in my village and eat akpu and eat afan. And go to Esther so you can cook for me.
Oha soup.
What is this problem? What are we fighting for? These people are not care for us. Any senator here, whatever they are debating in the house, you have to discuss with your people. Whatever your people said, that's what you are going to tender in the house. You can't do whatever you want. But everybody was doing whatever they like. Esther, God bless you. God bless my people there. Have a very good weekend.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
I commend all of you for doing a nice job.
Thank you so much, sir. What's your name?
I'm Edward calling from Sango.
All right, Mr. Edward, go ahead, please.
First of all, this protest is supposed to go on because the government knows that when critical things happen, they will feel neglected. Like this case of Unan Gallo, I think a member of House of Rep gave them letter on the 26th of August commenting on the ill-health of that man, who is a citizen of this country, and they underrated him, and they want him to die there. And the speaker don't even care about Nnamdi Kanu, because if he cares among them, they're supposed to send him to abroad for treatment. Then they're supposed to know that under 1 year, they're supposed to look into Nnamdi Kanu case and settle that man, let that man know his stand. But because of Nigeria, allow him to go, they insist and want him to die there, and that is not acceptable.
Right.
So then, second one, this is a new INEC. Let him know that even before he comes into this INEC position, he's supposed to know what Nigeria has been agitating, and what Nigeria is agitating is electronic voting. A voting that they will vote and you will see the result instantly. So that those intimidation, we should look into it. This thing that happened in Lagos, that they avoid voters, you should look into many things. And I even implore all the others that are lawyers to write to National Assembly a letter requesting electronic voting. If the man doesn't know what to do as INEC man, should go America, go to Ghana, and know that our voting
right.
started from the polling zone.
Thank you very
From the
much.
polling zone.
Alright,
So
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This person says, I wonder why some people didn't say anything wrong in Peter Obi jumping from PDP to Labour Party and even now supporting him to leave Labour Party to ADC or any other party, but are criticizing the governors who are jumping from PDP to APC. Also, why is Sule Lamido, who is still being investigated along with his son, not leaving PDP to APC? Dele from Ikorodu. All right, Daily. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you and the analysts in the studio. My take tonight is that I have not seen any sign that we're ready to push out this government. I see Tinubu in Aso Rock beyond 2027. May God help Nigeria. Mecca from Okoko Michael. Good evening, Esther. The guest, I don't know why you are always ignoring my message. There is a saying that he that plays a piper dictates the tune. Where must the president appoint the INEC chairman? Where is the transparency when you're going to run in 2027? It's like a man you appoint a referee, a VAR, and linesman in a Chelsea match. How will opponent win? Why don't you allow Yaga Africa, civil society, choose someone like Mike Igini, who will never compromise for the president, for this INEC chairman? If he likes, let him continue from Yakubu, just like the president continued from Buhari. Like they say, loyalty na cash and carry, objection na mortuary. Everybody get agenda with their mercenary enterprise. It's a shame the worst of us is ruining the best of us. Truly, there was a country, Lekon from Lagos. Lekon, I did not avoid reading your messages, or maybe sometimes maybe you sent it way earlier or very late. Unless the citizens of Nigeria rise up against this rubbish of this corrupt rulers, which such is what is happening in Burkina Faso, Mali, Kenya, Madagascar, Cameroon, few countries, Nigeria will not move forward. We need to find it hard this time around. Good evening, Esther. To me, it seems the radio station is defending Tinubu's government. You should allow the people to say their minds. Don't hush them. Did I hush anybody? Wahala today by you. Good evening to the two speakers, sir. I'm Comrade Engineer Olasukomi Adefuye, also known as Mr. Lasso from Ijesha Tedu Mushi. You see, Esther, not only Minister of Defense, but all ministers and this in Security Department are to be called accountable. But who will do it if not both upper and lower assembly? One silence in it, who is you and me to question? In the protest against citizens' unsatisfaction, who are you expecting to come out when Igbos who are to be part of it are being threatened out of their house and businesses are being demolished? Please, Savior is invisible as at now. Good night. Don't give up hope, okay? Good evening, Queen Esther, and honorary guest in the studio, Babiji from Oshodi, saying prayers for you all. My people, you see, there's no way the Nigerian ministers would work effectively. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Mbata, Mr. Akunda, and all my man in the studio. Please, the foundation of this recent administration started and is rooted in lies and forged documents. The credentials, okay, I'm not going to read this one. Sorry. The statement from the court is simple. The protest will go on and the hearing can continue afterwards, just like the state of emergency case in Rivers. Now, to those saying Nigerians are hungry, Nigerians are angry. Now today, I quote Mr. Anosike, the more hungry and angry the people are, the more they want to change. But I say, the more hungry and angry Nigerians are, the more nothing changes. In fact, they lose their senses. After NSAS, were Nigerians not hungry? But some still voted APC. Same youth who sang NSAS yesterday are increasing the song of tribalism today. If you call for protest, it will be tribalized, trivialized, and politicized, with ridiculous outcry of, opposition members are calling for a protest to set trap for Obi. They want to tear gas and shoot Peter Obi. Obi should not go for any protester because the opposition is working for Tinubu. These are myopic, useless, and cowardly statements I hear these days, and you think the people are sensible or serious yet? Tay, why is it that angle of example that you gave? And when there are other examples to give as well. The man that called and said that you guys are protecting the government is 100% right. Protest is our right. Talksman from Lagos. It's the first time, thank God we're protecting government, because they say that we're always against Tinubu's government on this radio station. They say we don't see anything good in him. So if you say we are protected, well, that means we are beginning to see the light. No,
DSS has not personally come to your house?
Because I'm wondering. Esther, good evening. When Tinubu Bakari went to Ojota to protest against GEJ, did the court stop them? Revolution is the answer. Otoye. All right. Good evening, Esther Chidima. I just want to call my full name. I'm greeting the gentlemen in the studio with you. I'm enjoying your evening program today. It's a full house. Esther, it's only God that will save us from this APC government. We're in this country. This is Maxwell Chigozie from Owerri. Maxwell, how is Owerri this evening? I hope it's fine. I hope you ate Ofoha. That's my favorite soup. Good evening, Esther and gentlemen in the studio. If Big Brother Nigeria can be doing electronic voting, why is it that Nigeria cannot do so? Esther, this APC is out for review. Forget all this talk. You can imagine the new INEC chairman just bow and go without scrutinizing him upon the alleged result issue. Neka from Surulere. Esther, good evening. How are you? I greet you guys. Please, I want to ask about insecurity in Nigeria. What is the work of all the army in Nigeria? People are dying. Thank you. Owefi White Nalsu Ayetoru. Good evening, Esther. I will be so pessimistic about the appointment of PRO Amupetan as INEC chairman, in the sense that in Nigeria's system today, it will be so difficult for someone appointed by president and still work against his master. So 2027 election already done deal, since Nigerians still folded their hands and allowed the president to decide who will be the INEC chairman. This is from Babalola Williams from Magodo. Good evening, VOP. Onyebuchi Arajobu from Ojo. The president has appointed who will help him mount the leadership for the second term. Electoral reform is what we need in Nigeria now. Esther, good evening, and guests in the studio. Esther, I hear you clearly saying that you're happy because today is Friday. While your fellow citizens are homeless and hungry, some have lost their beloved ones because of unserious government like APC in power. Okay, so I should not be happy that today is Friday. Okay, Esther, no court in Nigeria can stop us from protesting. Even the judges are no longer at ease for partnering with the criminals. Akpabio is there to do the president's bidding, no more, no less. The master strategist is all out to manipulate as usual. Esther, INEC and the judiciary is the issue here. Esther, anything APC cannot manipulate does not exist. APC produced bishops in 2023 general election to endorse Muslim ticket. Esther, there is nothing anybody can do. The insecurity in Nigeria is because of the APC. There's an agreement with them. Oh God, arise and trouble those who are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikoto. Mayor, that prayer is essential, and I would say amen. Anyone who is troubling our peace, amen to whatever happens to them. All right, I know you will not read my message, but you people tell me where else apart from the Ojo you've been singing about that Tinubu protested. Also, was APC inaugurated then? Because you keep saying it's APC that protested as opposition. Who are all those people now that protested? Where are they? Okay, be coming down, Be coming down. You should have given a different pointer other than this one. Challenge the status quo. Give us more tangible points. Good evening, Esther. Much all political parties in Nigeria are dead. They're looking for their own common selfish interests, which can't yield a solution to the citizens. Remy from Ejibo. Good evening, Esther and gentlemen in the studio. It is the selfishness of these opposition politicians that are affecting them. If they truly have Nigerians at heart, they'll put their selfish mindset aside and support one particular candidate to rescue this nation from the present quagmire it is into. Chris from Iba. Madam Success, how are you today?
I'm good.
Happy Friday.
Oh, indeed it's a Friday.
Yes, so it's a Friday.
Good, so that we can at least rest.
At least for some of us. Some of us will have one day.
At least Sunday.
At least
Sunday.
All right, Ma, go ahead. Tell us how to make money, please.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Yeah, say good evening to us, our listeners out there. This Madam Success Amaka from VMAS International. Yeah, we are here to tell you on how you can make money. Cool money. You know the way it is now. One source of income is no more the way out. You must have to create multiple sources of income. Is very, very important, and that is what VMAS International stands for. So you know all this while I've been announcing coming to our office at Akwonjo, but this weekend we have decided to carry it down to Surulere. You know, at least people within that axis can easily come, because they always say, must it be Alimosho local government, must it be Alimosho? Now we are taking it down to Surulere. So it's going to be happening tomorrow at 60 Adetola Street, Aguda, Surulere. Hail Celestial Hotel. That is where it will be happening tomorrow. And people will be asking, what is this VMAS. What is it all about? VMAS is an international business opportunity that just arrived to Nigeria. You know, I do tell people that this is the very best time for you to become part of this business so that you could start enjoying multiple sources of income, daily earnings, weekly earnings. You see, I tell people, I'm still saying it, that one source of income is a suicide. It's not good for you. Create multiple sources of income. You know, even if you are getting your salary from where you work or from where you sell or whatever you are doing, I will advise you to become part of this great business opportunity, VMAS International. So it's a business that when you do it, it doesn't stop you whatever you are doing, whether you are a student, you are a housewife. But anyway, I do tell people that this time around, it's not time when you say I'm a housewife, because this business opportunity is for value-added women and wise men. If you are there listening to me now, you're a wise man or you are a value-added woman, you must have to attend this seminar tomorrow at 60 Adetola Street, Agoda Solere. That is where it will be happening tomorrow by 11 o'clock. Come, I titled this out in this seminar tomorrow. Come and learn how to make money in this harsh economy. Is the economy harsh to you, or you are still making millions? So I encourage you, please come tomorrow. Come and see me, I'll be there to teach you how you can be making cool money. Instead of getting alerts, you'll be getting alarm. You know? Let me laugh because we're already smiling. We are happy because VMAS is doing us good. So if you want to contact us, I don't know where you'll be coming from, just let your way little Agoda Solere, Adetola Street, 60 Adetola Street, Solere. That is Hell Celesta Hotel by 11 o'clock tomorrow. Now, if you want to get me online, I have different numbers you call. If you call this one, I didn't get you, call the other one. If you are coming, you miss your way, please do call so that we direct you properly. The first number you're going to call is 070 63 499 436. 070 63 499 436. Then 081 69 69 again 6051. 081 69 69 6051 or 070 433 41 070 433 31 411 070 433 31 411. Then my direct contact, the one you can use and get me, is 070 67 00 97 67 070 67 00 97 67. I'm repeating this number again because these numbers I'm calling are very, very important. If you call this, you don't get this, just call this. Make sure you are there tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. You will smile home. You will be happy you attended this program. Call 070 63 499 436 or 081 69 69 6051 or 070 43 33 1411. It will be happening at Agoda number 60 Adetola Street, Agoda Solere. See, the VMAS opportunity gives you lots and lots of incentives. Do you want to travel overseas? Many times people will ask me, Mama, where are you? You won't get me online because I'm already abroad, free of charge. Is it monthly, weekly income, daily income? You see, salary is no more enough. One source of income, I'm repeating it again, is a problem now. So this is an opportunity for you and your family. Are you still looking for job? This is not time to look for job. Where is that job? So whatsoever you are doing for a living, I advise you to create multiple source of income, and that is what VMAS International stands for.
Thank you so much, Madam
Thank
Samsas.
you.
We sincerely appreciate you coming out to give us that highlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a few messages, and then my analysts will give us their take home, and then we'll wrap up today. Good evening, Esther, and to the guests in the studio. I agree with you that the present opposition are docile. The Nigerian people allegedly to be the opposition which lacks leadership and direction cannot make an impact. Moreover, with APC controlling 2/3 of the House, what then can the masses do? The new INEC chairman cannot be different from the former chairman, and more so, any reviews on the electoral reforms will be in the interest of the ruling government. Nigerians, we're nearing dictatorship with the almost one-party system. I rest my case. Joe from Ajao Estate. Good evening. Amazon categorically stated that there were nothing like technical glitches, and it means that former INEC chairman Yakubu Yakmud deliberately turned off the server. Okay. That is you. Good evening, Esther, and the guests in the studio. Esther, it worked for APC, Tinubu, Shoyinka, Adeboye, Bakari, and Co. because former President Jonathan was a Democrat. Esther, can you call the president a criminal in that your studio? But Jonathan condoned it. Children that protested because of hunger are still in prison till now. Esther, there are still opposition, but APC and Tinubu has taken over the Nigerian judiciary. What we're witnessing under Tinubu is autocracy. Esther, what happened to those students at Sujam? Can it happen in any Senate climb? Esther, please stop accusing opposition. Casey from Ijesha. Okay. Good evening, Esther and the crew members. My question is that why are we not talking of making a law barring any political elected person from leaving the party that brought him or her to party till the end of the tenure? If such person has any interest to leave the party before the end of the tenure, then he loses his position and the party nominates someone else to replace him, the position he was holding. Fred from Onitsha. Mr. Elvis, don't we have that already? The fact that you defected...
It's there for the legislators.
For the legislators.
I don't even know what happened to it again. Nobody is making mention.
I saw that it happened in Rivers. And then nothing happened.
It was thrown up in Rivers matter till today. Nobody heard about it.
No, the problem is that they gave a wide, ambiguous reason that is easy to get around with.
They called it freedom of association.
No. They say if there's a problem in the party, you can
resolve it.
Yeah, you can defect.
Oh,
as in, I go and check now. That's what the guy
they defect. They don't have problem for the defect.
Don't have to any small thing will just say there's a problem in the party. And everybody started doing it now.
National problem.
So what do you mean by problem? It's undefinable.
Was there a national problem in PDP
before
Rivers lawmaker defected? There was none.
That's what I'm saying. That they just
there's no ambiguity in it. It's just that the one that favors them is the one that they take to the Supreme Court for interpretation. The one that favors them, they silence it. That's what
Chidi from Oshodi says, since 2023, the only thing the president has been concerned about is just the 2027 elections. I thought elections happen once in 4 years. I challenge the president to give us 24 hours power supply before 2027, and I will vote for him. Okay, no wahala. Thank you very much. Greetings to you, Esther, and your guests. Please, Esther, that electoral bill Nigerians are anxiously waiting on. How the House will handle it? No matter how they held their closed-door meeting or the APC governors are proving it to favor themselves, the masses will meet them. I'm sure about it. This particular bill is what put Nigerians in this present quagmire today, so it cannot be wished away like that. Thanks, Daniel from Agege. Okay, Daniel. Good evening, Esther and all gentlemen in the studio. The reason why there is no opposition now is because those in opposition never love this country. All they care is your pockets, and the president knows it, and he's luring them with a lot of goodies. And another reason is that those religious leaders who are attacking Jonathan that has gone quiet are from the same region with the president, so they cannot talk while eating. But let's not forget that Chibok girls was used against Jonathan, and Americans led the protest. And today, Christian genocide is being led by Americans against the president too. The real opposition are the Nigerians. Wonder will happen in 2027, I believe, from Chief Udo. Good evening, Madam Esther and VOP crew. The president is a very smart person and will do anything to win this election. The issue here is that the politicians have successfully used divisions and disunity to divide us to stand on one voice. What I will not accept is Ben Carlo to turn Abia State to an APC state. We Abians will resist it with everything. From Ezra Wright from Nureni Ijibo. Good evening, Esther Wachuku, Mr. Tony Bata, Mr. Elvis, and Mr. Lawal. Esther, IREV was not the bane of our last election results, but manipulations at collation centers. Have INEC come out to acknowledge to Nigerians that all election results were first hanging in the cloud until the RACTEC clears them for the Arab server? As the People Phone Network, POS, and other smart gadgets were working seamlessly on the last election day, only the beavers couldn't connect to Arab server. As the make we no talk, Jerry, but we know what we know. We saw election results that were adjusted and posted to the Arab afterwards to reflect INEC abracadabra. Mind you, the Electoral Act recognizes the only results declared by the presiding officers, only irrespective of it is altered or not, and we saw a lot of unacknowledged alterations on election results at the last outing on the Arab portal. With the beavers, electronic voting is the way forward. Esther, you and I know that some things cannot be said on national radio, but like I said, we know what we know, and the coming of age of the Gen Z and Gen Alpha to the electoral class is a game changer going forward. Architect Olaleko in Ijayi. Good evening, Esther. The issue of stopping protests with the court is becoming something else. Are they saying that people no longer have rights to protest anymore? What the hell is this government all about, for God's sake? God, please, oh, let your judgment be visited on these people that may know themselves as men. This is already out of hand. Emeka from Ago. Good evening, Esther, and your guest. This group of people, they don't want Nigerians to see the technology that the other world are going for. They want to take us back to 1999. It's the right time we Nigerians stand up and take our country back. Waiting we won't go back to manual again, for Christ's sake. EDC from Ogun State. Good evening, VOP. Conducting elections in one day, if it comes to pass, will be the best gift to Nigerians. God bless you and your guests for the good job always. Ibiro Austin from Irawa. Alright, well done. As Mago. Okay, must there be post-election litigation? If it comes up, nothing changes in Nigeria. Election mago is smelling. Good evening, Esther and your guests. My take on election is that our electoral rules must be amended to allow INEC chairman's appointment away from the president. Otherwise, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Online chief from Ayabo. Good evening, Esther. The update on Punch newspaper this evening is that court has refused police beat to stop Nnamdi Kanu protest on Monday, so the protest will go on as scheduled. Emeka from Abison Estate. Good evening, Esther. How are you doing? I'm one of your listeners. I listen to your show every day. God will bless you for all you're doing. Please, ma. All right, send your CV right here. Okay, well done. Good evening, VOP. Conducting election the same day is a good one. Emodi Toby from Ibejuleki. Good evening. I greet your guests. Esther, you kept skipping most of my messages. Why? For me, conducting all the elections on the same day is a welcome development. Nigerians also want the result of the election to be transmitted directly to the IREV, and serious measure put in place against vote buying and voter intimidation. Electoral act that will enforce these should be pushed for. All right, well done. Good evening, Esther and guests in the studio. My name is Emmanuel Hope Discovery. Esther, do you know that as I'm writing to you right now, the ruling party has started collecting people's NIN and BVN, and the purpose of this, according to what they are telling some Nigerians, that they will be paid 70,000 naira after they are through with what they want to do with their NIN and BVN. In fact, they have already given them an ATM card which they will use to collect their 70,000 naira cash.
Somebody send it to. I saw the message too. I saw it on.
If this thing is true, it's not ready to this country.
Give them 70,000.
But after they collect their NIN and BVN.
No, that is I said something about I think poverty.
Is that not the stuff that Wale Edu said they disburse money for?
No, I think this is another one. They said it's closing like today or something.
What's that?
So they will collect your BVN and NIN.
Well, you open an account. You go and open an account.
Voting your choice now.
And people have been voting their choice.
Vote your choice.
People have been voting.
Vote doesn't have anything to do with
If they want to collect 70,000 naira and vote whatever, they should go ahead.
Wahala.
I'm even tired of this giving people
Esther,
money.
Somebody wrote among the response you read. I was talking about Abia. You know, Abia must not decamp.
Yes.
As that person giving note to a political party to fly his car, his ticket in 2027. As we speak, Labour is dead. If none of this science is formed, Abure will.
Do you know that the last meeting they
said he rejected the ticket.
Abure was the one.
Abure was here.
INEC is even in a very dicey situation. As we speak, he has no political party. If none of the science is formed, Abure will go to court. If Abure science is formed, Nenadi will go to court, and he might lose it. So the person should tell OT the political party should go.
That means he
may
go to APC.
Well, if it's for some reason,
Minister of Information said they are expecting 6 more opposition senators to join.
It's emergency.
Hello, good evening. Final caller.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Fine. I'm God's Power calling from Badagry.
Alright, God's Power. Quick.
Now, quickly, the major causes of problem we are having in Africa, you and I know, is leadership. And according to Miles Murray, he said a leader is not necessarily somebody that has good follower, but a leader is somebody that lives his life based on principle. And a scholar said a leader is someone that lives his life in such a way that he teaches and instructs others. And we have core value of leader like integrity, honesty, commitment. And you display one attribute of leadership when you were handling the day so record. And I love that attribute, which was emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
If we put all the reforms and technology together, and these core values are not backed, we will not go anywhere.
Right.
And quickly, I recommend that for Nigerians, our political leaders should try as much as they can to go for at least leadership courses, maybe once or twice in a year.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. That's our final call. Mr. Elvis, very quickly in a few seconds, what's your final take today?
Well, my final take is that one day election is good, but it should be backed up with technology.
All right.
So as we see it in other parts of the world.
Mr. Tony Bata.
My final take is that Nigerians are the real opposition, not these so-called political leaders.
Mr. Lawale Kundaya.
Nigerians should not give up. Fight for your right. Fight for what belongs to you. Get it.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for actually making the conversation today very amazingly interesting with your different point of views. We disagree to agree. We learn from different angles and we view issues from different angles. But the important thing is that we're educating ourselves. Nigerians, as I always say, please take care of yourself. Help your neighbor. Be aware. Continue to listen to information. Get yourself ingrained in information. Read. It's very, very important to be aware of what's going on in your environment. Protect your children. Get to know what your kids are into. The moral decadence in society right now is something else. You don't even want to go into it. The vices that our teenagers and young kids are getting into is something else. Things I do not know. Children of 15, 14, 30 years. No. They think they mars me. But please, I beg you, let's try as much as possible to help ourselves in building our society. My name is Esther Wachuku. It's already time to go home. I'll see you on Sunday evening for the political spotlight by the grace of God. Bye for now.